Welcome to Stronger at Home. In this video, we are going to get our space and our body ready to move safely and effectively. When choosing a space, either at home, in the office, or even at the gym, we're looking for a hard, flat floor with a non-slip surface. So please ensure you are not standing on any yoga mats or area rugs, as these can slip. Some exercises don't require much space at all. So if you're working out from home or in the office, you can get away with a space as small as your fingertips are wide. For strength training, you don't need any fancy shoes or clothes. However, a pair of shoes that allows your toes to spread out will be best, and you can wear anything you feel most comfortable in. Let's talk about the foot tripod. The foot tripod is when your foot has 3 contacts with the ground: the center of the heel, the ball of the big toe, and the base of the 5th or the smallest toe. We don't want your foot tripod to come off the ground while performing standing exercises like the squat. Your heels or toes or your sides of the feet should not lift off the floor while performing most standing exercise. This ensures stability and balance throughout your movements. Let's try it now. Stand with your feet apart, hip or shoulder width. The exact width will feel different for everyone. Keeping your heels on the ground, lift your toes, spread them apart, and then place them down one at a time, starting with your big toe and moving outwards towards your 5th toe. Now, slightly grip the floor with your toes. This will give rise to a slight natural arch under your foot. Once your feet are stable in this tripod position, squeeze your glute muscles and feel how this opens up or externally rotates your hips just slightly. Next, we want our knees to stay in line with our toes when we're bending or flexing. We don't want our knees to drift too far inwards. If you notice your knees tend to drift inwards, you might try placing a small loop band below the knees, remembering the cue, keep the tension on the band. For those of us who are hypermobile, we want to avoid hyperextension, so always keep a little bend in your knees while standing upright. Next, let's work on bracing our core. This becomes extremely important as we lift with external load or weights. So take a big breath into the belly and trap the air in there, almost like you were taking a big breath and then someone was going to punch you in the stomach. You instinctively stack the ribs and tighten your core. As we become more advanced, our goal will be to hold that brace throughout most of our repetition. For example, with the squat or many of our lower body exercises, we want to keep a rigid core and a rigid upper body. We are going to stack our ribs, which means that we aren't going to be overextending or flaring our rib cage, and we don't want to hunch over or curl our back either. Next, let's talk about range of motion. You can start small, but you'll eventually want to get to a full range of motion. That again might look different for everyone. Strength training under load will help to increase your range of motion over time. I understand that this is a lot to think about with each movement, so for now you'll practice your form. From your foot tripod to your knee tracking to your core bracing and your range of motion. The squat is a good one to practice as it not only puts all these cues together with one movement, but it also is a movement that you'll need for the rest of your life. Getting out of chairs and out of bathtubs. Practice these cues with the squat until you feel comfortable and confident.